Here's another story of my walk, and this is much, much greater than the walk of life before 2009. From, I believe, at the beginning of March, actually. Middle of March, perhaps. Somewhere around there. But I know it is 2009. So, about 2 years ago almost. So, I was living at my stepdad's at the time, which is my altered ego, which is truly the Dark One, the Dark Master of all Dark Masters, in a physical form, because we're all represented down here. We're all symbolic. It's not that he's truly dark, or any Dark Master's truly dark. It's just were asked by the one to play this game as darkness. So I was living there, and I was living also with my grandmother, his mom, and I discovered the true reality of his nature, to actually live there and see why he is the way that he is, because of the choices that his mom made to totally spoil him completely. I'm not going to talk about him because it's not about him, it's about me in the sense of the story about my walk. So I was there from about a month, and it's hard because he's totally controlling. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even go outside without telling him. Let's say, if I woke up before, and I always did before them, I couldn't go out there without leaving a note, or outside, and basically a warden, and that was the prison. And I started breaking through these shackles and not letting him do these things, and the more I did that, the more angry and the more emotionally disturbed he got, and he tried to control my emotions like a psychic vampire would, or a Dark Master would. So, I say so a lot, but so what? His mom was basically his prisoner. She did exactly what he said, because he uses fear and manipulation to control completely anyone that is in his life, and he has total dominance over his mom. I only say this because to give you an understanding of how he dominated my life and my past, which he does no more because of this walk. I wanted to get away for a little bit, so I went to my friends, the one that I was staying with before I decided to let go and live right here. I was planning only to stay in for a few days, but he realized that I wasn't going to allow him to control me before he dropped me off at my friend's house. So each time I called him to ask him to pick me up, he says, "No, I can't do it today. I'll do it tomorrow." And it was the same story, and that's what darkness says. It's just the same story. It's like different mask, same face. Pardon. So he refused for about a week, and I needed that. I mean, all things happen. So I wrote a note saying, "You can't control me no more. I know all the games that you're playing with me and have played, and I don't feel sorry for you because you chose everything that you did." And I read that to him on the phone, and that's when he really wasn't going to pick me up. So in order for me to get my government check, the money supply that was allowed for me to have. And remember, it's all plan and purpose. It's not like I want that right now, because that's the last dependence that I am wanting to get over, and I will very soon, because all money will flow to me, and I will give it to the gold ring, for I am the gold ring, and we are the gold ring. So I'm not going to get into that too much at the moment, but this is about that walk. I'll probably have to do 2 parts, because it's maybe even 3, because it's a great story. So, in order for me to get my money and my stuff, the one that I was staying with, my friend's mom, her name is Mary. I nicknamed her Mother Mary because she was Mother Mary whenever I was incarnated as Jesus, which I was Jesus. And they seem weird to someone that doesn't know about incarnation and totally insane, but I was. But the point is, she loves to control too. And I was in the closet because I was sleeping in the closet. And it was about 3:30, and in reality this was before I read the message to him. And I told her about it, and I overheard her say some very foul things about me to my stepdad, and I knew right then and there that I cannot trust her ever again. And I forgot about that in the future, but that's not the point. The point is, I knew I had to do it completely on my own. I wasn't going to get a ride from her. I wasn't going to get a ride from him. So I decided to walk. And it was about maybe 45 miles to where he lives in DeSoto. And I was in Oakville, and that's the place I am at this moment. It's by Jefferson Barracks, Mississippi River, right there, if you know where that is, in Missouri. So I decided to walk. It took me 12 hours to get there, and totally surprising to him. I mean, no one thought I would make it, and no one ever really believed and trusted in me anyway, so they always cut me short, and they felt in their heart I would amount to nothing. And I've always proved them wrong, but I didn't do it to prove them wrong. I did it to prove it to myself, because that's what needs to be done. So I walked that. So after that, I wasn't going to stay there ever again. And I decided to try to find my real dad, because I wanted to know more about myself, and in order to do that I needed to find him, for he abandoned me when I was like 1.5, maybe 2, give or take, maybe 3, I believe. I think it's about 3, but I don't have too many memories of him, only horrible fights with my mom and my stepdad and him. So, in order to find him, I needed to find his parents. And I was actually talking to them a little bit about a few months before I did this walk. So, I called them and I asked them if I can visit them. And they said, yeah, we'll pick you up. But I said, no. I desire not to drive in a car because of the oil. So, and subconsciously, my soul knew in order for me to find my soul and discover who I am more, I needed to walk. Because if you think about it, when you walk, who are you going to talk to? You don't got nobody to talk to. You really have no choice but to go inside your mind. So, So what I did, another 25 miles to Bonne Terre, south of DeSoto. And I visited my grandparents, were very good. I'm going to do this. This is part 1.